log on to the Alex calculator. So if you're not logged into Alex, hop into Alex while I'm talking. It says, from experience, if an airline knows that only 85% of the passengers booked for a certain flight actually show up, if 8 passengers are randomly selected, find the probability that at least 6 of them show up. That means 6, 7, or 8 of them show up, right? Carry your intermediate computations to at least 4 decimal places. Round your answer to at least 2 decimal places. Note, the Alex calculator will allow you to compute this, and we'll tell you how to do that in a minute. If I'm not doing the Alex calculator, what I'm basically doing is what I did on the previous problems for each case and adding my percents together. So I would start off with saying, I have a combination of 8 people. If 6 of them are going to show up, I would find that number times the 85 to the 6th, and then I would do my complement, which would be 0.15 to the 2nd. That would be if exactly 6 showed up, right? Then we would do the 7. So we would have a combination, 8, 7 people, 85% to the 7th power, 15% to the 1st power. If 7 out of my 8 showed up. Then I would do my combination of 8 out of 8 showing up. So 0.85 to the 8th and 0.15 to the 0. So those are my 3 possible situations. If at least 6 of them are going to show up, 6 could show up, 7 could show up, or 8 could show up. I would probably figure out these numbers first and then do my multiplying and adding, just because I got to figure out that combination. So if you have 8 combination 6, 8 things taken 6 at a time.
Where's the calculator on here?
Where's the calculator on Alex?
Yeah.
Oh, you probably have to be on the problem. We're going to go to continue on my path. We'll get to that, but hit the drop down and see if you can find the ones that say binomial problems. Well, it may not let us do advanced, but we might be able to just use it on that problem there if the calculator's active. Yep, we'll be able to do it from that. First of all, we're doing it the long way. We'll get to the Alex calculator in a minute.
What are we doing?
So we're figuring out all of this. Basically this problem, and this problem, and adding our 3 answers together. It says round at least to 4 decimal places when you do each of your steps there.
So what do we do when we get the answer for the combination?
You got this answer here?
Yeah.
Which was?
28.
28. We're going to take 28 times this then. And then you'll figure out this one, and add your 3 together.
Okay.
Yes, we got to do our combination separately,
So
probably on our calculators.
like this, and then how do I do this part?
Okay, 0.65 to the, so you are going to use your caret key right there, to the 6th power, times, and in for oops, well, no, we're going to put times. Get your times down. And then in parentheses, the 0.15 to the 2nd power. And hit equals. Okay. So for your first value here, you got to 4 decimal places. What number?
5, 2, 3, 7, 6.
0.2376. Is that what you guys are getting? Yep, okay. Let's try the next one. So again, figure out your combination first and then multiply. .3847. Getting that number? I didn't write down my numbers in between. And then do the last one.
.2725.
0.2725. Everybody getting that? Maybe? Okay, add those up. And then once you add them up, then you can round your answer to 2 decimal places. 0.89. Now, that was really super fun and all to practice using that formula, but Alex gave you a little shortcut. Now I have to probably log into Alex. So, you have to find a problem, first of all, that you can get to your Alex calculator on. So just look on your drop down. Most of them probably have the calculator active. So whichever one you can get to the calculator on, I got my calculator up, you'll notice that you have this little weird thing here that says P for the probability, the B is it's a binomial one, the first box is your total number of cases, your second box is the percent that's going to happen, and then it's less than or equal to what number. Now on this problem here, which we can't see, but we had out of 8, we wanted 6, 7, or 8, which means that we really are going to have to figure out 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and do the opposite to get the 6, 7, or 8. So in our calculator here, when we do this one, did it let me, oh, it doesn't let me write and hit that at the same time. Close my ink. There we go. We had 8 total things, 8 passengers. The percent that they were going to book a flight and show up was 85%, and we're going to have to do less than or equal to 5. Because they only let you do the less than or equal to, it doesn't let you do the greater than. So, less than or equal to 5. When you put that in and hit enter, what do you get?
0.11.
You get what?
0.11.
Keep going.
Or it's like 0.1052.
0.1052?
Yep.
Okay. Always want to go to 4 decimal places and round off at the end. This is the ones that are less than 5. We really want 6, 7, or 8. So we're going to take 1 minus that answer. So if you do 1 minus your 0.1052, I always have one in my calculator in my hand and the Alex calculator.
0.8948.
0.89. That was the same answer we got when we did it the long way, right? So you have to be careful on your Alex calculator. It only does less than or equal to, so if you're doing something more than, you have to do 1 minus your answer. But certainly that was a lot quicker than having to do each of those cases separately, right? Probably. So, number 17 here. It says, a machine that manufactures automobile parts produces defective parts 15% of the time. If 6 parts are produced by this machine or are randomly selected, what is the probability that more than one of the parts are defective? More than one. That means 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Now I probably don't want to have to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 the long way, right? I could if I wanted to. But if I do my Alex calculator, I want to do the probability of, how many items did we have? 6. The probability they are defective would be 0.15, and we want to be less than or equal to 1. If we think about these are the numbers we want to use, we're going to be less than or equal to 1. Now that's going to give us the probability of 0 or 1. We're really going to find that probability, so again, once we're done, we're going to take 1 minus our answer. So if you punch this into your Alex calculator and give me 4 decimal places, what do you get? 0.776, what was that? 5?
Yep, 6.
Okay, so now we're going to take 1 minus that answer, because this is the probability of 0 or 1. We want the probability of 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. .22. Otherwise, you would have to do the combination of 6 things, taken 2 at a time, 15% to the 2, and 85% to the whatever, and you'd have to do 5 separate problems and add all your answers together. The Alex calculator makes it so you don't have to do all that long work, unless you really want to. So, 18. The manufacturer of a fertilizer guarantees that with the aid of the fertilizer, 65% of the planted seeds will germinate. Suppose the manufacturer is correct. If 8 seeds planted with the fertilizer are randomly selected, what is the probability that at most 5 of them germinate? So what does at most mean? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 of them, right? Again, I could do all 6 ways of those separately, or I can use the Alex calculator. So on my Alex calculator, I'm doing my binomial distribution. I have a total of 8. The percent that they're going to germinate is 0.65, and I'm doing less than or equal to 5, right?
Oh.
This one I just get to use the number. These ones where I had to do more, the greater than, when I did less than or equal to, I ended up doing 1 minus. In this case, I don't have to do the 1 minus because I just want the answer for less than or equal to 5. So I'm just going to punch that into my Alex calculator and round it off to 2 decimal places. So we just have to go to 2 decimal places, so 0.57. So if you're doing more than something, then you're going to do 1 minus. If you're doing less, in this case at most, then I just use the Alex calculator because it does calculate less than or equal to. So you always want to figure out where that cutoff is for that value to put in your calculator. Here we wanted to do more than 1. So there was our 1. At most 5. Alrighty.